Okay. All right, y'all. What is going on? What is going on? You could take that two ways. What's going on? I'm asking y'all what's up, but also what is going on in the fight world, man. Damn it. Okay, here we go. Got a few people in here already. Oh, okay, got about 12 people in here. Okay, cool. All right. Thanks for tuning in. I got Pine K. What's up? Pine K. What's up? Uh, Bipolar Express. What's up? Of course, Marcus Bell. What's going on? Always in the house. Shout out to Marcus Bell. Um, yeah. All right. So usually wait to the 5 minute mark, but we can go ahead and get started. All right, y'all. Welcome back to another live stream. Y'all know I'm Common Breaker 99. Not a whole lot going on this weekend as far as fights. I mean, we've been having a lot of crazy stuff going on just in general that I want to discuss. And hold on, got a couple questions here. Hold on. Pine Case said, what do you think of Rose as a champion? Um, what do I think of her as a champion? I mean, she knows how to get the belt. You know, I think she's a fighter that knows how to rise to the occasion. I don't know if she's a very consistent champion yet, though. You know, I don't know if she's made to be that fighter that really looks to make a big statement in the long run. You know, not just get it and then lose it, get it and lose it. You know, that type of fighter. You know, can't really be that type of fighter to me to be like a GOAT. I mean, she's a champion. I mean, she rises to the occasion every time. You know. Let's see. Bipolar Express says she loses to Carl again. What do you think of? Who do you think she should fight for the 135-pound belt after Pena? Nunes. I think Nunes should probably fight. I mean, if I had my pick just to see something different, I think Nunes should fight somebody different, like the lad Chason winner. I mean, I'm just kind of throwing a name out. I haven't really thought about it. That's something I probably got to talk about later. But, yeah, man, let's talk about Nicco Montano, though. I know Daniel Edwards said, have they pulled the Nicco fight? Yes. Yeah, it's over. It's not. I won't even say it's over. Fight didn't even happen. Yeah, there's no fight. There's no fight. Robert Henry, what's up? Where he been, man? He said, what's going on? Nicco missing weight because she loved to hang out. Oh, she hanging out with you at Jersey Mike. Jersey Mike got some good deals, though. You know, Jersey Mike got some good deals. So, got some good deals. And, you know, I didn't think they had that many calories out there. MJ said, what do you think of Whaley saying Rose is a god? MJ, I got a video coming on that. I really, man, I don't like that type of talk right there. I mean, what Whaley's choice of words, look, I don't know if something was lost in translation, but MJ, I'm going to talk about that. I got a video coming, and we'll talk about that in the live stream, because there's a lot of points I want to cover in that. Calling somebody a god like that, I kind of find that disrespectful. Not just to, of course, yeah, to God. You know, there's only one to me. But Whaley is kind of disrespecting herself with that type of talk. That's to me, which, oh man, you almost get me started on it. MJ almost got me started on that right now. But man, no, I got to hold back on that, man. That's going to be a whole nother topic, man. I mean, somebody a god. I mean, no. Well, you already know how I feel, but I gotta bring it real on that one, man. Tomorrow for sure. Yeah, let's go ahead and get into this, man. Nicco Montano, I want to talk about that. Nicco Montano pulling out of the fight. Not just her pulling out of the fight, but what it does to the other opponent. Is, you know, the disrespect, the slap in the face. Couldn't have happened at a worse time, right? When you got a documentary coming out, right? couldn't happen at a worse time. So I want to talk about Nicco missing weight, the negatives to it. And, I ain't the type to bash somebody's character, but, I'm talking business now. I'm talking business, so I want to talk the business side there. And strawweight fights, we got some strawweight fights this UFC card coming up tomorrow. Not really a big card, right? Not really a major card. As y'all can see, Bellator is actually competing with the UFC. Bellator's actually got their card on Saturday this time. I think they knew that their card wasn't really hitting like that. They knew the card wasn't really like a big competitive card. So Bellator went on and said, look, we are putting this Pitbull McKee card on Saturday. Bellator 263 is on Saturday. So we got Vanessa Porto versus Alara Joanne. That's veteran versus up-and-comer. Should be a good fight, right? And, of course, I want to, speak on Tatiana, too, man. Like, just so much darkness right now. Just so much dark stuff going on in the sport, man. Like, I mean, not like dark, but just a lot of craziness, man, where we ain't getting fights. And, as fans, it's tough. It's easy for us to say, oh, man, this person's ducking. But we just don't know what these fighters go through, man, especially the ones that have to deal with their opponent not being dedicated and missing weight. So with that being said, Nicco once again missed weight. And as y'all know, this fight was at 135. And she tipped the scales at 143. Damn near a featherweight, right? So, once again, Nicco Montaño is out of a fight. There's no replacement for Wu Yanan. So this is a missed opportunity, more so for Wu Yanan now. You know what I mean? Somebody who would really wanted to show up and fight. My thoughts on the whole situation, I talked about it in the video. I just kind of want to go back and look at this statement that Nicco Montaño released. She released this statement on her IG. I know people are going in right now. Hang on one second. Ernest said that documentary is going to get Nicco out of the big show. Dana won't like it. Yeah, that's my thing. Yeah, like, especially like with the mention of insurance and, kind of throwing names out there and just kind of bringing in people. Like, I'm going to check the documentary out. No lie, I'm going to check it out. However, I got to check it out. But I'm not really like sold on both sides yet. I mean, I'm not the type of person to call somebody a coward or they ducking, but I want to piece the puzzle. I want to watch the documentary and see what the whole deal is with Nicco and why she was trying to squeeze down a weight that she knows she didn't need to be at, So let me pull up her Instagram here. All right. So this is the statement she released not too long ago. All right. Let's pull that up. While that's loading, let me look at the chat. Oh, Robert Henry, what's he talking about? Yeah, he been busy trying to get things together. All right. Daniel Edwards said UFC embedded a Nicco Montaño special. Nah, she ain't gonna get that type of treatment. All right, so Nicco Montaño posted this on IG. What happened to cause this issue? Let's see. She said, "Hi, all my supporters. I want to give a PSA on what happened. I was dedicated through camp to this fight, training 4 hours a day, including my fasted 4 to 5 miles, 5-mile runs. And unfortunately, after years of cutting hard, my metabolic system is not catching up with what efforts I've been putting in. So I've been eating less for my workout sessions, training up until I had to come to the quarantine bubble and had to start my cut pretty high. I've done this cut before, but unfortunately it just didn't work out this time. I think the most important thing for me to do is focus on getting my weight down healthily." Right? Believe me, I didn't want this to happen and did everything in my power to make sure it didn't, but sometimes life kicks you in the balls over and over. But I'm learning that it's only making me stronger and more resilient for what's to come. And I only hope that anyone going through a rough patch in their lives does what I do, pick yourself up and believe in yourself. get through the hard times or tough times, because there's going to be plenty more. But patience is the key in becoming the best version you can be. All right. So she said after years of cutting hard weight, her metabolic system's not catching up, and she's not able to drop that weight. She says she's been eating less, and there just came a point where it was just tough for her to make it. I mean, I was looking at some other stuff where she talked about this, during her downtime. And in my opinion, if you know your body doesn't react well to this type of drastic weight cut, that should be something straightforward. It should be something straightforward telling you, like, no, this is a no-no. Same with flyweight. If she was trying to go to flyweight, right off top, if she knew that wasn't fit for her, she should have never tried to make that weight. And now she's having trouble making 135. I think that there comes a point where you have to listen to your body. The human body is not made to make these crazy weight cuts, especially if you're walking around like 150, 160, and you want to drop down to 135. That's just not normal. The body is going to react in a certain way. That's why your kidneys shut down. So for Nicco to address that same problem that she's having now, I think of course we can still say it's on her. It's still on her to say, I don't need to be squeezing down to this weight. I don't need to be holding up the process whenever somebody else is making weight and they're ready to fight. If I know I'm having an issue, I don't need to be here. And I think that she's just kind of holding on at this point to Robert. That's the only way I can see her. I can see her at 145, because damn sure can't see her at 135 and 125 unless she wants to be in a stretcher. I mean, that's what it's got to be. Like I said at the end of my video, you got to craft your style for featherweight. I mean, that's the only thing you can do. I mean, if you want to fight, it's either featherweight or get cut. Or you want that third option to die. And I'm not being funny. Those are your three options. 145 if you want to fight, get cut, or kill yourself. Which is it? So my thing is, okay, would you rather take that risk at 145 facing big competition, or continue to torture yourself, torture your kidneys, torture your body, torture your reflexes, torture your nervous system, everything, your brain, by cutting weight and damn near passing out every time? It's up to you. Those are your options. I think somebody like Nicco Montano, who's been facing these issues for the past, 3-4 years now. Well, yeah, going on almost 5 years, right? This would be something that she just has to come to terms with. I know she wants to continue to label herself a UFC fighter, but what good is that if you continue to pull out of fights? You'd be better off fighting at featherweight for another organization, as long as you get in fights, than to be labeled as, oh, the girl in the UFC that continues to pull out of fights, that can't make weight, that's not dedicated. So it's really on her at this point. And the person, like I said in my video, I feel sorry for it. I really do feel sorry for, is Wu Yanan here. I know we always think about the hard part of being a fighter is making weight. Well, what about the person that does make weight? Let's think about what they have to deal with. They have to deal with the opponent that doesn't make weight. The opponent that doesn't make weight. And when they pull out, everything that you work for is down the drain. Yeah, you might get a piece of their purse, but okay, everything you train for, as far as building your stock up, building your bank up, climbing the rankings, you can't do that because your opponent pulled out and now everything is canceled. You know, you're not going to get a late replacement every time. And if you do, that late replacement could just be an unranked fighter that's not going to push you up. You know, so I think, you know, we have to kind of look at Wu Yanan too and say, man, like she's got to deal with this. You know, she's not the only one dealing with this, but it's rough on her. It's rough on her because, you know, Nicco's been on this road before. It's just a matter of her, like I said, just saying this is not going to cut it. You know, I see this in boxing all the time. You know, guys continue to miss weight until they finally come to terms and say it's time to go up. You know, it's time to move up in weight here. You know, we got to fight near the weight that we walk around at, which is smart. You know, there's no need to continue to try to cut down like this. It just doesn't make sense. Robert Henry said, I respect what you're saying. I just think it may just be dieting and mental stress. It ain't worth her life, though. Of course not. Only Nicco know what she got to do about it. Yeah, whatever disorder she got, I don't know if she got an eating disorder or something like that. You know, I don't know, but dieting and if it's mental stress, I mean, you got to take some time out. I mean, she took some time out already, but my thing is, like, don't hold up the line. Like, don't hold up other people that are ready to go. You know what I mean? Like, if you show up and you are on that billboard or you're on that IG post next to that other fighter, then you're ready to go. You know what I mean? Like, even if there is mental stress there, I mean, you're telling us that you're ready to go. Daniel said Nicco beats Nunes at 145. She'll be a 2-division champion. If she did, right? If she did, but, you know, it would take some work. It would take some work. And that was my thing. Like, you know, if this is your weight, the closest weight you can be at, you have to start working towards being that type of fighter at that weight, you know? Young Mar said if she lose body fat, she could make 135 easy. This is a discipline issue. There was a video for her flyweight cut. She was 143 on the scales. That's only a 7-8 pound cut. The excuses she came up with. Yeah, you know, Sarge, she was having some big issues, but whatever Sarge did, like, Sarge cleaned up. You know, Sarge just said it was like a lot of things going on mentally, physically, spiritually that she changed in her life, and it's really put her back into another it's put her back into something better than she was before. You know, Sarge next to Nicco, she was having trouble making flyweight, right? But she's looking good at the weight so far. I mean, only one fight, but, you know, she looked good physically. Like, you know, whatever it is she was doing, she was able to shed the weight. Shoot, seeing Nicco in another 2 years for a weigh-in, shoot, that's what it seemed like. Or, you know, if they finally just release her. That'd be crazy, man, if, you know, they continue to let her go and try to fight, or, you know, take on fights, say, okay, we're going to match her up with so-and-so, and then boom, once again, she does, you know, we have the same issue. But like I said, I want to see the documentary just to kind of see what she was talking about in it, and the reasons for not taking a fight with Valentina. Like I said, I don't think it ever comes down to anybody just being scared of a fighter. It's easy for, you know, people behind the keyboard to say that, you know, people that never fought before, and people that probably weigh more than both of the fighters put together. You know, it's easy for y'all to say that stuff, but I just want to see, like, her body language and her mental, you know, because if she is dealing with, like you say, the mental stress, even back then, we don't know what she was going through. So what could make her want to pull out of that fight? I just don't think it was like somebody being a coward. I don't really use that word unless somebody really gives me a reason to in a fight game. I mean, cowards are them guys looking for ways out, throwing low blows or hitting people while they're down, stuff like that. But I'll throw that word out there for them. But fighter just not showing up because they have things going on. I got to see this documentary. I do want to see it. Now, I will say what she did was unprofessional. Yeah, of course. I mean, she missed weight. Her opponent made weight, making her opponent miss another opportunity. So, that's something that Nicco's just got to deal with at this point. Matter of fact, let's see how tall Nicco is anyway. Like, I keep thinking of her as 5'5", but I think she's like 5'4". That might be too short for featherweight. So, if she really wants to fight, even at bantamweight, oh man, it's got to be some discipline there, man. Oh, she's 5'5". Okay, 5'5" with a 65-inch reach, and in the UFC, there's not really a featherweight division, right? So even then, when you talk about girls like Norma Dumont, they stand at like 5'7". So yeah, I think it's just a discipline thing. I think it could work. I mean, when it comes down to it, I think whatever it is that is really kind of blocking out her full focus, Nicco Montaño, it needs to be removed. Whatever it is, emotionally, spiritually, that's going on, she has to kind of work through that, man. Because at her age, getting down to 135 at 5'5" shouldn't be an issue. So yeah, I do agree with who is that said that, Young Mar. It's a discipline issue. I see that with Tank Davis. Tank Davis was having some weight issues in boxing. Errol Spence, he kind of blows up in between fights, but since he's been on the right plan, he's been looking chiseled throughout his camp with Manny Pacquiao. So it ain't even time to make weight yet. A month out from that fight, and he's already looking ripped. You're talking about a bigger fighter. Of course, he's a man too, but somebody like Nicco Montaño, though, I think at 5'5", it shouldn't be a problem to cut weight in the right way, and just be disciplined. I think it's just a lot that she needs to. There's a lot of things that she needs to change in the camp, though, for real. Because my thing is, if Sijara Eubank can do it, I think she could do it. I think she could do it. But yeah, man, when we think about it, though, it's no joke, man. Weight cuts aren't natural. So, okay, yeah, Sijara Eubank, she's about 5'4". All right, 5'4". And you got to imagine, too, Sijara Eubank made 125 and she's 36. I mean, that's going to be rough on her in a few more years. But Nicco is 4 years younger. Yeah, man. Hold on, just pulling some up here. What are y'all talking about? Ernest said, imagine Nicco diving off the stage. Damn. MJ, how many fights Nicco got left on her contract? I don't know. I'm gonna have to look. Hold on, let me see how many fights she got left on her contract. How many has she even executed? 2 of them, right? She's only had 2 fights, right? Let's see, how many fights on Nicco's contract? Let's see. Colton, you gotta stop having fantasies, man. Colton having some fantasies over here, man. Colton, what are you talking about? Colton, that's in your own mind. I ain't even gonna talk about that, but Colton, I'm gonna just say, Colton, that's in your own mind. We know where your mind is. We know exactly where your mind is. Young Mar. Suarez was 5'5", 66-inch reach, and she was pretty thick, making 115. Nicco got no discipline. Yeah, man, another good point. That's a good point, Young Mar. I know Suarez is a little bit younger, but I'm not gonna use that as an excuse. Yeah, it's just a discipline, man. I'm feeling you on that, man, because Suarez during camp, when she's training, she says she's usually around 125 and feels good, but when she gets down to 115, her performance would still look good. She would still look strong. She used to say she felt a little weak and tired, but we couldn't see it. We couldn't see it, so her performance was still good, though, right? But for her, a fighter of Suarez's size to make 115, that's crazy. So I think it's really just discipline with Nicco at this point, man. Like, I think it's just having the right plan, right diet, Yeah, BJ, you're right, man. Get a room for real, man. Get a room for real, man. Yeah, BJ, yeah. Hustle on that, man. Yeah, yeah, MJ, I mean, yeah, it's pretty much, I mean, as long as y'all ain't going really crazy, I mean, as long as y'all ain't talking like, as long as y'all ain't talking no race and nothing like that, no racist stuff, and just completely crazy. I mean, we can have some fun, we can have some fun. Just don't take it overboard. Get your ass back on topic. You know what I mean? But yeah, we all good. But what do y'all think though, man? Can Nicco make 135? Like, do you think she'll make 135 for a fight by 2021? Yeah. Yeah, Tehran. What's going on, Tehran? Yeah. We're just talking some WMMA tonight, man. Yes, sir. Right. Y'all still on topic anyway. I mean, we just talking. We just having fun about Valentina and stuff. I mean, I don't know, man. What do y'all think though? Can Nicco make 135? Do you see her ever making 135? I mean, Young Mar, like he made his point is that she's just not disciplined, right? She's just not. She's just She just has to get on the right path, man. I mean, BJ, what do you think? I mean, I think didn't you say something like she needs to retire? I think you said that, right? She needs to retire. Yeah. I have a feeling that I have a feeling that Nicco don't take this fight too seriously, but she can make 135. Yeah, I bet you if they gave her the right name, she would. It's crazy because she's kind of got the similar frame like Aspen Ladd. In my opinion, she kind of has a similar frame of Aspen Ladd, but she can't make weight. course, like I said, comes down to how they diet and everything. But her and Aspen Ladd kind of have the same frame. I won't, no, not like the same shape, but they kind of have the same shoulder width and body size. Yeah, I don't think a lot of people really took this fight seriously. We didn't really know about it, man. BJ said I can understand if Nicco was a bum who couldn't fight. Nicco can bang. Her body just isn't cooperating. Yeah, man. Yeah, she can bang, man. But it's the fact that that number one thing. Her body. Yeah, get with Candy says she need a hire a nutritionist. Yeah, just hire a nutritionist. I think it's possible. It's definitely possible. It's more than possible. She could definitely get down to 135. Like, I'm curious as to know what she'd be walking around at, though. Let me see if I can find that. So I was trying to find how many fights are on her contract. Do you know, BJ? I mean, she's only had, what, 2 of them? She's only fought 2? Like, how big was her contract? But anyway, we'll come back to that if I ever find that information. But let's talk about this card that's going on this weekend, man. The UFC card first, of course. It's got the strawweight fights now. Since Nicco Wu Yanan fight is off, we got 2 strawweight fights on here. Okay, 5-fight contract, PJ. Thanks. She's got a 5-fight contract. I think that was MJ asked that earlier, right? 5 fights on there. All right. So, first strawweight fight we have is Jin Yu Fry versus Ashley Yoder. And then we have Glory DePaula versus Cheyenne Bays. So, Jin Yu Fry is on the prelims, and she has the win over Glory DePaula, right? And Glory DePaula and Cheyenne Bays actually both coming off of losses, and they are on the main card. Kind of find that strange. I mean, I know it's a popularity thing. They did it with Paige Van Zandt. Paige Van Zandt lost to Britain Hart, and boom, she was still the main event, right? But Gloria Paula, she clearly lost to Jin Yu Fry. But I would think they would push Jin Yu Fry to the main card, right? I think that's kind of crazy. But I think, they still see some hype in these two. I mean, Gloria Paula, don't get me wrong. I think she's a talented fighter, but she did lose. That's my point. She's talented. Cheyenne Bays, she has some skills, but she really showed a hole in her takedown defense. And in my opinion, her footwork against Montserrat Ruiz, So, before I talk about that fight, let's talk Jin Yu Fry versus Ashley Yoder. This fight, I'm kind of leaning towards Jin Yu Fry in this fight. I am leaning towards Jin Yu Fry in this fight. I think Jin Yu Fry has a pretty solid stand-up game, in my opinion. I think she just needs to let her hands go a little bit more. But I think that Jin Yu Fry, I think her left hand, she's a southpaw. I think she has a good straight left hand. She has some decent attack to the legs, good leg kicks. And she is strong. I think her strength is underrated. I don't think she uses it enough. And when she gets in that clinch, she knows how to control on the fence. And I think going into this fight, I think she has the ability to outstrike Ashley Yoder. Ashley Yoder is long, but I don't think that she utilizes her strength. Her length enough. Ashley Yoder, of course, I think her main focus in this fight is going to want to take it to the ground. Ashley Yoder, let's see, 5'7", about a 70-inch reach. So she's definitely the longer fighter. I think Jin Yu Fry is 5'3", 65-inch reach. So she's got a 4-inch height advantage over Jinh Frey. So I could see Jinh Frey, even though she is the shorter fighter, I could see her controlling the stand-up because I think she's a sharper puncher. Again, more so economical. She likes to look for her shots. But, it's going to be on her to get on the inside and be able to land, these good shots because she has the 5-inch reach disadvantage here. So Jinh Frey has definitely got to get on the inside and work that body, kind of like Angela Hill did. I think that Jinh Frey got a little bit more pop than Angela Hill. So I think she could get the respect, with her body kicks and her straight left hand on Ashley Yoder. Like Ashley Yoder, she can scrap though. I ain't gonna lie. The girl can scrap. Like when you hit her, she will try to hit back. She will kind of throw combinations, but sometimes she'll rush in. And if she rushes in, that's going to be Jinh Frey's key to either try to control the head, control the clinch, and get out. Because when she comes in, Ashley Yoder's going to go for the takedown. I think Ashley Yoder, her ground game is a little bit more trickier. I think she's a little better on the ground. She's long, she's flexible. Ashley Yoder, man, like, when she gets on the ground, she be like twisting in positions just to like try to get you confused, and next thing you know, she's on your back. So I think Ashley Yoder, her ground game is going to be her key in this fight. And I think it is. But she all around knows how to fight though. Like she just has that heart to keep going. Kind of like Macy Barber. I mean, not similar to that. She definitely has a kill switch. She just doesn't have the all around IQ to execute some of these things. Yeah, Corey McKenna versus Emily Whitmire. Yeah, I saw that. Daniel Evers said Jen makes Holly Holm look like a pressure fighter. Yeah, Jen, to me needs to let her hands go a little bit more. I think that she could be very effective if she would just start pumping shots out more because she's a hard hitter. When she lets her hands go, she's a hard hitter. Cole said, what do you think about Simone Biles controversy? Man, I think, whenever a person is having just sidebar, I think, Simone Biles is dealing with a lot and people just don't understand it. If a person has to pull out because of mental issues, I'm gonna be brief on it. That's their choice. I don't think people should be coming down on that person for that. They act like people are, specifically people like Simone Biles, they act like these people are having no pain. They act like our pain tolerance is high when, we got to deal with even worse. You know what I mean? So Simone Biles, she just needs to take the time out to do what she needs to do and heal. Just a lot of pressure, man. There's a lot of pressure going on. I mean, even Allie Raisman, she said that Simone Biles has to deal with so much more than any other gymnast. Somebody like her had to say that about Simone Biles, so again, it's just people sitting behind their keyboard saying, oh, you need to tough it up, you need to man up. Same people that can't do a sit-up or a push-up, and they can't even man up to do a single push-up or pull-up, so I'm not really feeling like the backlash he's facing and what people have to say about that. I mean, I'll talk about it a little bit more maybe tomorrow or something. But yeah, I think going into this fight here, I'm going to give the advantage to Jinh Frey. I think she's a little bit sharper, and I think she's physically stronger, and I think she can get it done, man. I think the only thing that might be a disadvantage is the size, though. Jinh Frey is naturally, she was atom weight, right? 105 pounds. I think she just is going to have a few issues with that length and size of Ashley Yoder at times, but I think she can overcome it, though, man. Yeah, MJ. Yeah, she's strong, but yeah, it's her ground game. That's why I say her main key is to keep this fight standing. You got to keep this fight standing, man. Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna go with Jinyu Frey by unanimous decision in this fight. I'm gonna go with Jinyu Frey. Split. I think it's gonna be close. So I'm gonna go with split decision. It's going the distance. I really don't see anybody getting finished in this fight. No, I don't. Yeah, I saw Ronda Rousey. I want to talk about that too. She was speaking in defense of Simone Biles. So shout out to Ronda. She was speaking the truth too. I saw Ronda said the same thing. That people don't know what she's going through. It comes down to pressure. It was just the same old people that don't know anything about the sports and what they deal with behind the scenes. So But what do y'all got? Y'all got Fry or Yoder? Fry or Yoder? Put that in the comment section. Yeah, I wasn't really a fan of that character, Ronda Rousey, but I like her work ethic and her dedication to what she was doing as far as a fighter. I just didn't like that character that she was putting out there. Like, it was like her trying to please, those powers that be in the masses and just trying to come off too much like a heel at times. There was a lot of good about her, but I just wasn't feeling that whole character that was there. Why you think she's gone now? It came down hard. I watch her fights, yeah, for sure. So I'll give her credit in that fashion. All right, so Yoder versus Fry. Put in the comment section before we move on. Put your selections in the comment sections before we jump to the next fight. All right, let's see what y'all got. All right, let's see. MJ said Ashley Yoder, her last fight was trash. Yeah, she lost. Was that her fight? She lost to Angela Hill, right? The rematch. Angela Hill did not go in for the finish. Like, she could not finish her. Ernest Richardson said Ronda didn't have the right people around her. You really think she couldn't hack it in 135 right now? That's a good question. I think that Ronda Rousey, with the right people, she could possibly hack it now. But the evolution, of the MMA, it's just moving right now. I think that Ronda Rousey would have to evolve with the fighters now. She would really have to evolve with the styles now. And I think that once she lost, a lot of people kind of saw how her kung fu was broken, if that makes sense. They saw her aura broken. So everybody would take more chances on how to fight her, and if her focus is broken and her aura is broken, then I think a lot of these, not just for other fighters, not just her opponents, but herself, is going to doubt what she can do. She's not going to come in there like a bull anymore. Like, when Mike Tyson was kind of broken after he suffered a couple of knockout losses, more people took chances. More people didn't mind walking in and trying to, hit him with their best shot or tying him up or getting in his face. They didn't mind that. I think same thing kind of happened to Ronda. But let's say if she decided to stay in the game, she would have to have the right people. Ronda would definitely have to have the right people at this point. Like, you got to evolve. Like, if she had the right people, I could see her evolving and maybe still hanging into the top 5, but I don't know if she could get the belt anymore. You know, because fighters like GDR, I think they would be trouble. Say Valentina at 135. Oh, man, that would have been a good fight. Ronda versus Valentina at 135. That would be a good fight. Who else? Of course, Holly's still there. You know, she would never. I don't think she would ever be able to beat Holly Holm. Who else did I say? Of course, Nunes. Yeah. Just because some of these other fighters had some tools that she just didn't have. You know, some very good striking and strength. You know, I don't think she'd be able to compete, but if she had the right people, they might keep her afloat. I don't know if she would ever get that belt again, though. Yeah, that's what I think, though. All right, Daniel Edwards said he's got Yoder. Marcus Bell got Yoder. Daniel Edwards said Frey won't fight. Yoder will. MJ said I got Frey. I'm not too impressed with Yoder. Yeah, that's the one factor that keeps Ashley Yoder going, is she will fight. Like, she will throw hands and she will keep moving. I think Frey has better skills, but sometimes when she's not letting her hands go, that's an issue. You know, that's an issue. You can have skills, but if you ain't showing it, what good is it, right? Robert Henry said I got Yoder by a close decision. I think she's mostly going to keep the distance. It will be about the stuff, most of the takedowns, though in the past she usually lets me down. Yeah. I see Yoder actually going for takedowns in this fight. I think she's going to go for more takedowns. Colton said Ronda defended Conor too. She has a soft spot for people facing public backlash. No one got it like her. People still comment when the UFC uploads a fight and they relish it when watching her get KO. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's a crazy business, though, man. I'm sure Ronda, she defending Conor for some of the things that happen behind the scene that kind of drains a person. Like I said, we don't know what some of these people have to go through for sure. But I mean, you put yourself in that position, that's going to happen, though, right? You know, and they're kind of in that same category where they were kind of becoming like puppets. They were like puppets for the UFC to become this type of face, so they can relate to each other. You know, they can kind of relate to each other. That, hey, they're stringing me along, they're stringing you along. I mean, having a lot of money don't mean everything, you know what I mean? So we could say, oh, Ronda's got $20-50 million. She's worth this much, but is it really worth it? Is it really worth it for what they go through? I mean, if money was the answer, I mean, Conor would be sober, right? You know, people never think of it like that. They think, oh, this person got a lot of money. Conor should be this and that. Well, it's just showing you that money doesn't solve issues, right? Money does not keep Conor sane. It does not keep him sober. It just keeps him acting like a fool and acting greedy. You know? Especially when you don't own yourself anymore. You know, you don't own that money in your bank account, really. But, you know, I don't want to go too much on that. That's something else I'll talk about some other time. But, yeah, like, in no way would I ever want to walk in Conor's shoes. Let's just put it that way. I would not want to be Conor. And I wouldn't want to be Conor McGregor rich, you know, because, like I said, with what they get, the price comes with it. So, yeah. Robert Henry said, I remember an interview that had Ronda and Mike on it, and they asked both of them were they ever afraid before a fight. Yeah, Mike Tyson always said he was afraid before a fight. Like, I remember back in the 80s when I seen a couple of his fights, you know, he actually said, yeah, he was frightened back then. You know, he was really having fear in his heart. You know, Ronda saying never, that's kind of like, you know, that's like the whole strong woman act there she's putting on. You know, she has fear because that's why she fights the way she does. You know, if you don't have fear in you, you won't bring in that focus of protecting what is yours, you know? thing about Mike, Mike Tyson, I mean, people can say what they said. He's always honest though. Like you might not like some of the things he does, but what he says is on his mind. It's him. It's real. Ernest Richardson said, grooming of female fighters by their coaches who double as their husband or boyfriend is prevalent in WMMA. Yeah, I don't think that stuff works. Like, that type of relationship don't really work because you're not gonna. That's just my opinion. It just don't seem like it works sometimes. Daniel Evers said, Bays versus DePaul is more likely a draw. Okay. Robot Chicken said there's plenty of athletes that have more money than Conor and don't act like a clown. Yeah, but it's not about the money. That's the point I'm talking about. Like, how you get the money. How you get the money, though. Think about that, Robot Chickens. It's about how you get the money. What you do to get the money. What are you willing to do to get the money? That's my point. And put the money aside. Fame. Let me put it that way. Let me put the money out of it. Fame. Conor's more popular than these other athletes. You know what a person got to deal with to be famous. That's why he's acting the way he do. It's not the money specifically. Look at fame. It's the fame. Because some of these other athletes, yeah, they may have more money, but I don't know them. They kind of fly under the radar. But with Conor, to get that rich, he had to be this type of clown and become famous. Cole said Mike Tyson has great interviews. Yeah, his mind is like back in medieval times. Yeah, he's interesting, man. He's an interesting guy. But yeah, let's jump to this next fight. Most of y'all going with Yoder. I think only me and MJ picked Jinh Frey. Yeah, I picked Jinh Frey to win this fight. Close, but it ain't ending in a submission or a knockout. All right. Gloria DePaula and Cheyenne Bays, like I said, both of these strawweights, they're coming off of losses. Both contender fighters, right? Yeah. Both are showing some skills, some promising skills, some solid prospects, but there's still some holes in the game there. Coming off of losses. Let me pull these records up real quick. Gloria DePaula, let's see. Coming off her loss to Jinh Frey back in March, which she lost a unanimous decision. I mean, Jinh Frey really showed her some good schooling. It was some good schooling, like as far as stand-up game, strength, and just overall control in that fight. I think that Gloria DePaula has a good style. She kind of has that shoot box style. She's Myra Buena Silva's partner. That's her girlfriend. So they kind of have similar styles. So Jinh Frey, her being a stand-up fighter, she had more of a style that Frey liked. Frey was like, okay, this style is tailor-made for me. Gloria DePaula is going to come right into my zone, and I'm going to land, and I'm going to, be able to pick her off with good punches, and I can control her even on the ground. Like, matter of fact, didn't she? Let me ask Marcus. Marcus, you remember this fight, right? Jinh Frey versus Gloria DePaula. Jinh Frey did well on the ground in this fight, did she not? And, do you remember? Answer me that question. It seems like she did. It seemed like Jinh Frey was handling, Gloria DePaula on the ground as well. Or was it? No. Jinh Frey won 2-1. I think Jinh Frey won with was it the stand up or was it the opposite? I can't remember. But somebody's game had got exposed in this fight. Whose was it? No. I mean, I know it was Gloria DePaula. Was it her stand up that got exposed? No. It was her ground game. Jinh Frey used the ground game. Yeah, Jinh Frey used the ground game. I'm trying to remember this fight in my head, man. Jinh Frey exposed the ground game of Glory DePaula in this fight, I believe. That's what it was. She kept taking her to the ground, and she was just controlling her and mauling her. And it was whenever the fight was standing up. Hold on, let me see. Glory DePaula on the ground too. That was the reason why I changed my pick. That's what it was. Yeah. That's what it was, man. Glory DePaula on the ground. Yeah, it was her ground. Like, Jenny Fry just continued to take her to the ground and maul her and keep her there. So, Glory DePaula's game plan, or her, let's say not her game plan, but just let's say her skill set was kind of exposed. Thank you, Robert Henry. I was just about to get that. Like I said, you can have fun in here, but when you start talking race, you got to go. You pushing it. Yeah, when you start talking crazy like that, you got to go. I'm glad you caught that. I was just about to get that, but yeah, don't act like an idiot, man. But anyways, Jinyu Fry exposed the ground game of Glory DePaula in that fight. Like, it was 2 rounds to 1. Glory DePaula just continued to take her down. I mean, Jinyu Fry continued to take Glory DePaula down in those 2 rounds that she won and just controlled her. But when the fight was standing, Glory DePaula had a better chance. You know, she was landing good punches. You know, she was landing some good strikes. She was controlling the stand-up. She had a better footwork. You know, let's see here. Yeah. So that's the one thing about Glory DePaula coming into the game of the UFC. You know, got to work on that takedown defense. You know, if she wants to keep this thing standing, it's got to be a takedown defense. Cheyenne Bays. Oh man, this is how I know this fight is going to be. I think this fight is going to have some action to it, man, for real. I think this fight is going to be a stand-up fight. You know, because Cheyenne Bays, after being tossed to the ground numerous times in that fight against Ruiz, I don't really think she's going to take this fight to the ground, which she might need to. But I can see this fight standing. You know, I think Cheyenne Bays, she has some very good striking. You know, she was able to land some good shots and control some, you know, certain moments in the fight with Montserrat Ruiz. But I think the one thing that she was lacking and why she got taken down numerous times was her footwork. You know, Cheyenne Bays' footwork, you know, she wasn't using enough angle. She was standing in front of Montserrat Ruiz. So that was just a matter of time before Montserrat Ruiz get her hand on her and take her down. You know, Glory DePaula, though, like I said, she was having same issues with Jinyu Fry. She was getting taken down. So I don't see the fighter, man. I don't see either fighter wanting to take this fight to the ground. We might just get a good stand-up fight, and that's what we need. I mean, we're kind of lacking in exciting WMMA fights this Saturday, so we need a good stand-up fight, man. And I think coming off a losses, these two are going to bring it. You know, because those Cheyenne Bays lost and, you know, they had their bad blood in that fight. It was still a entertaining fight. Same with Glory DePaula. She lost, but she's still a good fighter. A decent, you know, up-and-coming fighter. You know, these are the next level of strawweights. You know, this is that new class. And, you know, once Tisha, Claudia, and all of them retire, you know, these are the next crop of strawweights on the way up. So, you know, we'll see. We got to see them develop. Yeah, Marcus said both fighters have something to prove, and one of them will be on a 2-fight losing streak. I know, man. One of them going to be on a 2-fight losing streak, man. Yeah, Marcus. Yeah, Robert. That's why I was like, I saw that, and I was like, let me hit this thing, man, real quick. And he already got it. Like I said, man, just don't be acting crazy. That's all. Just don't act crazy. Like, people can agree to disagree. People can, have their spats in the chat. I don't care. But it's when you start talking crazy, man, you got to go. You got to go. Colt and Monster Rat. Yeah, Monster Rat got checked over and over by Lamos and didn't even question the stoppage, even though it was kind of premature. Yeah, like, I guess I got to retract, man. Like, if she wasn't arguing with it, hey, she can have it. You know what I mean? It's all Lamos. I mean, Lamos was going to stop her anyway. That style was tailor made for her, so. But yeah, I think we're going to have an entertaining fight between these two. It's going to be stand up, I think. Two contender prospects coming in here to put on some action. So, what would I say as far as like stand up here? Who has the better footwork? I think Glory DePaula has a better balance in footwork. I think she has better lateral movement, but I think Cheyenne Bays has a harder punch. I think she's a little bit of a harder hitter. Glory DePaul, I think, is good in the clinch. I think she's decent in the clinch. She's got the longer legs. She's kind of got the thinner frame here. Kind of like the young Rose Namajunas. Glory DePaul is kind of thin like that. Let's see, 5'3". Cheyenne Bays is 5'3". Yeah. Glory DePaul is like 5'5". Yeah, that's why I was like, yeah, she kind of has that, long frame like Rose a little bit. So I could see her using her distance here and, using her front kicks and long straight shots to just keep Cheyenne Bays back. But I think Cheyenne Bays is going to want to try to dog in this fight, get on the inside. Monster Rat, yeah. But anyways, let's see. If I had to pick in this fight, I'm gonna go with Glory DePaula in this fight. If it stays standing, I think she has the movement. I think she has the reach to control this fight. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Glory DePaula in this one. Let me know what y'all got. Glory DePaula, or Cheyenne Bays. All right, give me a pick. Before we jump on to the next fight. Let's do this. Let's do this. Who you got before we move on? Tell you, these aren't like great, like big significant matchups, but it might be one of them hidden gems that we watch. Like the Belbita Hannah Goldie fight was good. Wasn't a bad fight. So these two might actually turn into explosive fights. I appreciate that. Shout out to Robert Henry. He just sent something into my Cash App. If you want to send something into your Cash App, it's right there. Combo Breaker 99. Appreciate that from the Savage. Be over here working hard. Always coming on here just to talk WMMA, combat sports, taking my time out. Even taking the time to talk when I should be doing something else. Oh man, and shoot, I was just where did I pull up? When did I pull up? Yes, yesterday I pulled up a Savage WMMA fan video, and I was like, when is a Savage coming back? You know, I was thinking, I was like, when is a Savage coming back? I don't know. When is he coming back? And I'm not talking about Robert Henry. I'm talking about the Savage. You know, I'm not talking about Bruce Wayne. I'm talking about Batman. All right, let me see who y'all got. All right, Marcus said he got Gloria. Robot Chicken said he got Baze. Robert Henry said he got Gloria by decision. High Five said Gloria striking is good, but she was a drama queen in her last fight. No, Gloria DePaula wasn't the drama queen. Are you talking about Cheyenne Baze? You know, Cheyenne Baze and Montserrat Ruiz were the one kind of going at it. High Five, you know, remember? Like, whenever she thought she spit on her or whatever, they started going at it. Like, Gloria, I didn't think she was really like a drama queen, unless I missed something. Yeah, like Marcus said. Yeah, Marcus, yeah. You have Gloria mixed up with Baze. Yeah, Cheyenne Baze was the drama queen that night. Gloria DePaula, she's kind of chill. Mark Robinson, what's up? Mark Robinson said, I feel like Baze left over Fury from her last fight might carry her through. Oh, I got you. Or might get her hurt. You know, come in there acting, you know, fighting off of anger. Or Fury, like you said, is different. So. TJ boy. TJ347 said Velveeta is future champion. TJ just wants some cheese, that's all. TJ just wants some cheese, that's all. You just put some respect on her name. TJ talking about that cheese champ. Marcus said Baze was still on what happened to her between Ruiz. Baze was still on that. What happened to her, Ruiz? I don't know. Man. Cool. There you go. So Savage went over 100 subs. Shout out to Savage. He's over 100 subs. Congratulations, man. There you go. Congrats to the Savage. All right, so I think it's like a 50-50 fight. You know, like I said, both fighters coming off of losses. Both got some holes in their game, but both got some good skills. Decent skills, you know, for the prospect level. So I'm not expecting like a major fight here like Lemos or something, but I'm gonna, yeah, those are my picks for the strawweights. I'm gonna go with Fry and Gloria DePaula. Oh yeah, and tomorrow flyweight fight we got the Vanessa Porto and Alara Hawani. That should be an interesting fight. I mean, that's veteran versus prospect, right? I'm gonna go with Vanessa Porto in that fight. I'm gonna go with Vanessa Porto in this one. You know, I think she has a skill set to beat a fighter like Joanne. I think Joanne's tough. You know, Joanne definitely got some power, and she has a ground game of her own. But I think that Vanessa Porto, her ground game is better. You know, I think she's got more skills when it comes down to her jiu-jitsu. So I think that if it goes to the ground, it'll be Vanessa Porto's fight. Clinch game, I think it's Vanessa Porto's fight. But you never know. Joanne might have that youth on her side. Might be able to use her legs in this fight and outstrike Vanessa Porto. You never know. But I'm gonna go Vanessa Porto in this fight for sure. Mark Robinson said, I like Bay's spirit. I'm not convinced by her skills yet, however. Right. Yeah, as far as like UFC level, going into the top level, yeah, I don't see her standing out over I don't see her standing out like the lower level top 15, like Verna Jandiroba and Amanda Lemos. Like, I still see those fighters, being able to beat them. High Five say no fight news on Joanna, Whaley, Carla, and Rose. Nah, man, nothing. Mark said if Julianne cuts a promo talking about Nunes being a duck, along with Nunes having, that wouldn't be a wise move. I mean, yeah, when it comes down to that, like, my thoughts on that, like, I talked about that in the video too. I said that I don't even want to hear her or anybody else say that this is a duck in any type of way. Amanda Nunes, she tested positive. I think so did the baby, so did Nina. And right now, this thing ain't nothing to play with. I was just looking at the numbers again, and it's been crazy, man. Like, with this whole new variant of the of the pandemic, it's kind of making things a little bit even more deadly. Like, some people are saying that even people who get vaccinated are easier to pick up this new variant, which is crazy, so why get vaccinated, right? Maybe because it helps it fight off some of the symptoms a little bit, but it's crazy, man. And that's not something to play with. So I think there are some fighters, I think, even in boxing, that kind of play that card a little bit, that testing positive card. I think there'd be a lot of boxers that be using that as of lately, but I don't think that Amanda Nunes is really trying to milk that. She's not using that as an excuse. Like, no way, man. Like, why would she try to duck somebody like Pena? She's fought the toughest fighters out there. So no, man. No, it's not any way a duck for her. The fight will happen, though. I definitely see that happening. Nunes has never been that type of fighter to turn it this way and just tuck her tail and run. She ain't that type of fighter. Everybody has a chance once they step into the ring or octagon. That's all I'll say. When you set your foot into that octagon, you have a chance. I'm not saying how great the chance is, but you have a chance. High Five say, even if the vaccine can fight the symptoms, it still has contagious and will affect anyone else. Right. Yeah, like, I mean, it's like any vaccine. Like, flu vaccine, you can still get it. You know what I mean? You can still get it. It's just supposed to fight off some of the symptoms, but you can still carry it, Yeah, no news on him. I'm sorry, no news at all. Like, I haven't heard anything. No news at all. Hang on, y'all. What else we gonna talk about here? But yeah, those are the only fights we have. I'm going with Vanessa Porto. I'm gonna go with Vanessa Porto this weekend. I'm gonna go with Jinu Fry and Glory to Paula. What else, man? What else? Yeah, I'm about to say, yeah, I know you got to be playing. Yeah, like I said, like, I can't point no fingers at anybody at this point. everybody kind of been out and about. Everybody's been out and about. So, Colton said, "What's next for Paige?" I think she's still fighting. She's still fighting. I mean, I know her website is amping up a little bit more. I know more work is going to go into that for money, but I don't know. I think she's still fighting, but I mean, at 0-2, I don't think it's going to be fair for Paige to be headlining cards. Do you? I really don't. I don't think that's going to be fair. High Five said, if Pena loses to Nunes, the only fighter who can beat her is Charlotte Flair. Right. Yeah, that's sad. But yeah, man, Tatiana Suarez, man, I want to just talk about her a little bit more here. I don't know, man. Like, it's really tough to say what's gonna happen with Tatiana right now, and like, from the outside looking in, like, what's gonna be best for her right now. Like, I see a lot of people saying that. I mean, they just say Tatiana's not fighting again. Like, a lot of people don't even just say, oh, she needs to retire. They just say, nah, Tatiana's not fighting again. A lot of people have been saying that, like, she's not coming back. And, I mean, that might be an option, or it might be inevitable. It's kind of looking that way. I mean, with all the things that Tatiana's been dealing with right now, I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. We've all seen fighters have to retire from the game at like 25, 26 because of certain injuries. Hell, I remember, I'm gonna go way back on y'all. I'm sure some of y'all don't remember this fighter. Like, she never even like hit the level of Tatiana, but she had to retire because of a concussion that she faced. Hang on, let me pull this fighter up here. Because this fighter here, I'm about to pull up. There she is. All right. This fighter I'm about to pull up, she was kind of seen as like the answer or the key to beating Ronda Rousey. And she actually had to retire early. Like, I might do a video on her. I'm going to go back and talk about her real quick, man. I don't know if y'all remember her. Hold on. Let me put a picture up here just so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Damn it, where'd it go? There it is. All right. Yeah, I remember this fighter here. I don't know if y'all remember her. Her name was Veronica Rothenhausler. Veronica Rothenhausler. She had fought in Invicta. And before that, she was on the amateur circuit knocking people out. I think she had maybe like 2 or 3 fights on the amateur circuit. I know that one of her fights that was a highlight that I used to play back a lot. This was like 8 or 9 years ago on the amateur circuit was Ashley Evans Smith. Veronica Rothenhausler, she knocked out Ashley Evans Smith in 1 round. I mean, that knockout was crazy, man. And after that, Veronica, she jumped into the sport of, she jumped into the pros. She jumped into the pros of WMMA. She signed to Invicta. And, she was seen as that, next big thing, to eventually maybe fight Ronda Rousey. She was like 5'11". The girl was like a lightweight. She was like 155 pounds. I want to say she was squeezing down to 145 at times, but she was big. she was big, and everybody was thinking that, this was a girl that was gonna beat Ronda Rousey. And yeah, Invicta signed her. She fought one fight in Invicta, knocked a girl out in one round. I remember that, man. She was knocking girls out. Like, she had, like, on the amateur circuit, she had 3 first round knockouts. Came into the pros, knocked the girl out cold. Next fight, I say the next time she fought, it was maybe like, almost took her about over a year to come back. She fought Charmaine Tweet. And she got stopped in the first round. Charmaine Tweet put their skills on her, man, and stopped her. And after that was like back in 2014. She had some concussion issues. I want to say she suffered something after that fight, and then during training, she suffered a bad concussion during like training and sparring. And after that, she was like, if I got to deal with this type of stuff, and the issues that I'm dealing with, I'm just leave. I'm gonna just leave the game. And that's what she did. She never came back. She's had those head issues, and she just never came back to the game. And at the time, let me see, her last fight was 7 years ago. She was like 24. She quit the game at 24 years old. So you see it sometimes. You definitely see it sometimes in the game. Going back to Tatiana Suarez, though, with the number of injuries that she's had, like, it's been all around her body. She's had a broken hand. She's had the neck issue, which is the worst. That's a red alert right there. The neck, the disc in her back. Lucy Pudilova got knocked out, right? Toledo Bernardo beat Lucy Pudilova this past weekend. Lucy Pudilova just fought last Saturday. Went a few months ago. That was just last Saturday. Toledo Bernardo finished her. Anyways, Tatiana's dealing with the neck, the back. Had a broken hand. Now she's dealing with the knee. And, these are some critical things, your back, your knee, especially the neck, man. Like, when a fighter like that has some issues, there comes a time when they have to kind of think, like, are these like signs that are telling me to quit, or, maybe I should back away from this sport? Is it time to quit? That's something that they have to kind of think about. Because, like I said, these are a lot of signs she's having. I'd like to see her come back 100%, no lie. I definitely would like to. I would like to see her come back. But then, of course, like I said, there's that part of me like, yo, I'm not that selfish. It's not about me. Yeah, TJ, Toledo Bernardo stopped her last Saturday. Both ex-UFC veterans. I didn't cover that fight either, man. I should have covered that fight. That was a good one. But yeah, I think, Suarez, she has, there's definitely going to be a part of her that's going to want to be like, what if she doesn't come back? There's going to be that part of her that keeps saying, what if? So how is she going to satisfy that fire? There's still going to, no matter what happens, there's going to be a part of her that still wants to take that chance. Like, what do y'all think? Do y'all think she should? Like, do you think she should try to satisfy the fire and come back, to the game? Let's say the knee does heal up. Should she try to come back and compete? If you were in her corner and seeing all the injuries she's facing, like, what do y'all think? Like, what would y'all say about Tatiana Suarez? Like, 4 injuries in the past couple years. that have just sidelined her, is it worth coming back? Answer that, yes or no. Should she come back? Let me read y'all's comments. Ernest said Suarez might be at the end of the line. Marcus said, I hope Tatiana doesn't lose her aggressive wrestling style, but at some point she'll have to slow it down. Yeah. I think at 125, she's going to have to change that style. Like, the aggressive wrestling worked for Tatiana at 115 because she was so big. And, you know, you're dealing with a lot of strikers and smaller women like Alexa Grasso and Carla Esparza, Nina Ansaroff. And eventually, if she got to Joanna, that would be her hell of a test. Somebody that strong with takedown defense. But I think the aggressive wrestling style was effective at 115. But at 125, that won't work on like a Jennifer Maia or Viviane Araújo off top. You definitely got to slow it down. High Five said if Tatiana can make it, can't make it, she needs to retire. Even if she can take 2 to 3 fights, the injury may resurface. I guess let's take her out of the potential of becoming the champion. You know, she isn't young. Yeah, man, she just hit the 30, so from here it's going to get tougher, man. Mark Robinson said if Tatiana stays out, to me, she's going to enter John Jones territory. Highly regarded, but because of inactivity, people have moved on. I don't even think she'll be in that territory, you know, because, you know, John Jones, at least he has something to stand on. You know, he does have a legacy. Colton said, I remember this girl, Veronica, she had some head issues from sparring and had to stop because of her brain because she had a lot of potential. That's her. Veronica Rothenhausler. Same Veronica, Colton. Robot Chicken said, I'm starting to feel Tatiana's overrated. I wouldn't say she's overrated. I would just say that she hasn't had a chance to reach her potential, you know, because of injuries, you know. High Five said wrestling takes more risk than any other martial arts. Yeah, you got to deal with them knees and you got to deal with them back, you know, them back problems, neck. I remember Tatiana said in sparring, like she was going in for wrestling, like she went in for like a body lock and her head hit the wall and she heard like a little snap. I was like, damn. Wow. Because she went in for the body lock on a guy in training on the mat, and she said she went in and like her head hit the wall and she heard like a little crunch or like a snap. I was like, oh shoot. Mark said, I think Tatiana can beat any strawweight in a 3-round fight. A 5-round or something else. I don't think she can effectively wrestle for 5 rounds, just like Claudia can. Good point. Yeah, you know, nobody can move at a high pace like that, and it's not wise to, you know. Even Andrade will slow it down, you know, so I don't think she'll be able to hold on for 5 rounds like that. No way. That's why her style needs to evolve a little bit. No, I don't think Tatiana's overrated, but, you know, there's a lot of years missed here where she could be working on evolving as a fighter. And I think by the time she comes back, you know, she'll be dealing with not only the injuries, but smarter fighters. You know, imagine Tatiana taking on somebody like Manon Fiorot. I mean, like y'all said, she can't wrestle like that for 3 rounds, let alone at 125. Imagine what Manon Fiorot could do to somebody like Tatiana when she reaches that level, you know. She's a big woman too, 5'7". Way better striking than her, you know. Good ground game as well. Size. Strength. Taylor Santos, same thing, you know. So Tatiana Suarez's style is gonna have to really change. It's gonna really have to change for 125. You know, again, this ain't the small girls. This ain't the striker dependent division. This is the grapplers and the wrestlers and the thick girls. You know, the you know what I mean, the good sized women in here that can clinch up with you and hold their own. You know, this the Jennifer Myers, like I said. Oh, okay, yeah, Robot Chickens. I'm talking as far as people comparing her to Khabib. Yeah, I got you on that. Yeah, definitely. Like, yeah, I don't. You know, we were talking about that a while back, and you know, I'm hyped for Tatiana and what she could do at 115. But yeah, like in all reality, you know, Khabib is on another level. Like, she's not the female Khabib. Like, I mean, Khabib has still been evolving as a fighter. You know, it takes a lot to hold those comparisons. Like, yeah. So not at all. Yeah, like in that fashion, yeah, like I wouldn't put her in that category. No. Carlos, Marcus said Claudia and Tatiana have similar styles. A little bit, yeah, they do. I think I think her IQ is better though. I think Tatiana's IQ is much more. I think it's better. I just think it's better. You know, she will take a chance when she sees an opening. Oh man, yeah, Carla Esparza, she was wrecked, man. Carla Esparza was wrecked, man. Yeah, yeah, Marcus. You know, I brought that up in my video. I was like, yo, I hope that I had Mandy Bohm get somebody else to fight and just rebook Taylor and Roxanne, man. Yeah, man. Roxanne and Taylor, that's the fight to make it for UFC 266. You make that fight, I'll be happy. I mean, you'll have Manon and Taylor on the same card, and then you'll have Valentina also on the card. You know, that would be dope, man. You got Taylor taking on a top 10, and then you got Manon taking on a full-fledged flyweight. You know, that would be dope, man, for sure. And then you still have, fingers crossed, you still have Andrade versus Calvillo on the card. Right? So that's what needs to happen, Marcus. Yeah, TJ, Veronica. Yeah, man. Yeah, like I used to see a lot of interviews with her on YouTube. I used to be on here watching fights, and Veronica used to, she used to like very humble girl, but at the same time, she was confident. She used to kind of not throw sneak disses, but she was always like bigging herself up, and I liked her attitude. I liked her swag about her. But all of a sudden, man, it was like, what happened? And she was gone. And then when I found that interview about Veronica, she was like, she suffered this head injuries, and she was like, there's no need to come back to the game. I was like, I wanted to see what she could become, but when Veronica said that, I was like, hey, it's your life. It's your life to live. You only get one. So if you don't want to take those risks, hey, I'm all for that. Yeah, man. But yeah, like she probably could have developed into something too, like a knockout artist for sure. I wonder how hard they were going and sparring with her though, man. Like, who is she sparring though? We are talking about Pudilova. No, Pudilova ain't coming back to the UFC. Pudilova is getting headliners. Pudilova is getting headliners in the Octagon organization. Pudilova's making money off of her exciting style in Octagon. I think she's on some pay-per-view cards, right? She's gonna making pay-per-view cards over there. She ain't coming back to the UFC. Whether she lose, whether she go on a winning streak, nah, she's good. Yeah, even if she was to go on a winning streak, I don't think she would ever come back to the UFC. Nah. I mean, the money would have to top what she's doing now. And like I said, she's headlining over here a little bit, I think. You know, getting good money on good pay-per-view cards. Shoot. Yeah, man, Veronica, yeah, she used to walk around that way. I mean, this was her, of course, yeah, this was her, you know, at 145. But, yeah, man, she, at 5'11", I mean, she probably looking like Megan Anderson, you know, with that 175-pound frame. So, but imagine, man, that's 30 pounds of weight she's cutting off. So, yeah. Yeah, I remember she knocked Ashley Evans Smith out in the amateurs. That was crazy, man. Knocked her out in one round. I was like, yo. I was like, who is this? I mean, this is like, you know, early years too, when you don't see that many knockouts like this in MMA. 5-second knockout. Yeah, there she go right there, knocking Ashley Evans Smith out. Let me take that one down. Back in like 2012, right? All right. You said odd build on her, TJ. Yeah, yeah, like a little bit different build than some of these other 5'11" girls. You know, like well, Megan's 6 foot, but I mean, yeah. I think eventually, you know, she would have had to been like a lightweight for sure. Mark. Carla does amazingly well for being undersized. I think she's the best performing small fighter. Yeah, I think she is. I think she does well for her size, man. Like, you know, people don't give her enough credit. She's definitely like one of the best strawweights out there. You know, definitely got a Hall of Fame resume. I mean, let's be real. I mean, let's say if she's going to top it off for sure. If she beats Rose in the rematch, she'll be seen as that Hall of Famer, man. I think so, for sure. Man, but what else? Pretty good talk tonight. You know, Friday night, just talking about some of these fights, but I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen with this the top 5 or top 6 in the strawweights, man. It's starting to. Yeah, MJ. That's Ashley Evans Smith getting knocked out. TJ said best performing small fighter. You nominate Loma. Good. Good, but I wouldn't say she's one of the best though, because I mean she's not even ranked. I mean, I would give it to Carla because Carla's went so far with it, you know. You know, Carla's been so far with it. I think Loma Labuni is good. I think she could be that the more and more she evolves with her style, but I'd say Carla is probably like the best small fighter at 115. You know, she does better than Tisha. I mean, there's gonna be style nightmares for him though. Like, neither one of them are gonna get past Joanna. You know what I mean? Like, Joanna's just got the reach, the size, and the strength. and they're not gonna be able to beat her because they're lacking that size. But when it comes to Carla, like handling the rest of the division and eventually making the right moves to get to the title shot, yeah, Carla, she's definitely got to be that one of the best fighters in the strawweight division, man. Best small fighters, yeah. MJ said, when has she been KO'd? Oh man, this was in the amateurs. This was back in like 2012. This is that girl Veronica Rothenhauser. They were fighting at like one, amateur weight don't really matter, but they were up there, and she knocked Ashley Evans Smith out in 5 seconds, man. Oh, okay, yeah, TJ, I see that. Yeah. She definitely does. Yeah. Yeah. Loma is a good fighter on that level, yeah. For somebody that's fighting out of her weight class, she does well. Yeah, she fights her ass off. I mean, yeah. That fight she fought with Alexandra Albu. Yeah, she can fight. She can fight definitely, yeah. For somebody that needs to be an atom weight, she's pretty tough. Like, they can't dominate her. They can't really handle her. I don't know, Mark Robinson. I don't know, man. Like, we need it. We definitely need it. We definitely need the division for sure. Hopefully, they. I mean, you got a lot of girls out there that would do it. I mean, once Alicia Zapatella and Jessica Del Boni get their fight out the way, there needs to be talk of a UFC atomweight division for sure. There's got to be. There's got to be talk of that soon, man. Okay, y'all. So it is time to roll out, man. We are at the 2 minute. Oh no, we at the 2 minute mark. We only have an hour 45, 46. But I think it's about time to bounce anyway. I'm getting hungry, Robert. I'm about to get up out of here, y'all. Let me see. We gonna get on tomorrow. I might get on tomorrow afternoon. Yeah, I'm gonna get on tomorrow afternoon about 3. I'm gonna get on before the fights tomorrow, cause I want to talk about Zhang Weili and Rose a little bit. MJ, was that MJ brought that up about her comments of calling her a god? Yeah, I want to talk about that. Again, like I said, I don't know what was lost in translation. But I want to watch the interviews myself, and I want to see that, of course, I can't speak her language, but I'm going to look at what the subtitles say, in the actual interview. So I'm going to take a look at these subtitles in the interview, and I want to see what Zhang Weili had to say. And I'll get back on here tomorrow about 3 p.m. and we'll chat. Yeah, 3 p.m. Because, I'm going to be taking care of business, and then fights start, 6, 7 o'clock tomorrow. So, yeah. All right, bro. Robert Henry, send me your rewards points. Send me your app. I got to get that Philly cheesesteak, bro. Let me get that Philly cheesesteak. Let me get a couple. No, let me get that giant Philly cheesesteak. Got to get it all the way. Yes, sir. Yeah. That's on me. No, that's on you. Yeah, for sure. for sure. Let me see, man. I got to make sure I have it saved here somewhere. That Whaley interview. I want to watch that interview a little bit later tonight, so I want to save that here. Oh man, yeah, it might be more than $10, Robert, I think. Oh yeah. Tisha and Angela's on UFC 265. I don't know why I was thinking that was tomorrow. Victoria Leonardo and Melissa Gatto, UFC 265. Carolina Kowalkiewicz versus Jessica Panay is on August 7th. What? Dang, I forgot. Yeah, I forgot they were fighting. Marcus Bell had one of them Hawaiian sweet rolls. Hey, them things are good, man. You could eat those without the fish sticks. But yeah, y'all, let's see. Let me get up out of here. I keep playing around. And I'll be pulling up fights while I'm talking sometimes, so I'll be messing around a little longer than I want to. Yeah, we'll be back on tomorrow at 3 p.m. Yeah, we're gonna get on a little bit early before fight night, and I'll talk about the Whaley thing. You know, I want to cover a few points in it, and just kind of talk about where Whaley's head is as far as a fighter that wants to fight for the belt again, right? So yeah, see y'all at 3 p.m. tomorrow, guys. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Let me get up out of here. If y'all didn't tune in, just leave your comments in the comment section like usual. And yeah, like always, Combo Breaker 99. Make sure y'all subscribe. I am out. Peace.